Well, from a reluctant vice president candidate choice now to finally winning the race, and with what a margin of 272 votes, 516 in favor of Venkaiah Naidu to be the 15th vice president of India. And this means that the opposition needs to get back to the table and worry about those who are still not convinced in this battle of ideologies with the opposition's ideology. You also had Gopal Krishna Gandhi conceding defeat earlier, saying that members did vote for me above expectations. Perhaps he also knew he was in the race, but when Venkaiah Naidu's consensus emerged that he was in the race but not as a winner. My colleague Paulomi, who has been following the voting and the counting through the day, is joining us as well from Vijay Chowk. Paulomi, it's been an exciting day. Although the victory was much expected for Venkaiah Naidu, but 500 plus, this is the magic number that Venkaiah Naidu has ensured to drive the win home for the BJP. Also saying that cross-voting, around 20 MPs according to sources, have done to ensure that the opposition needs to get back to the table. Worrying sign indeed.
Definitely a worrying sign for the opposition. The BJP has been number crunching since the final numbers and the final tally was out, which was announced by Shamsher Sharif, Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha, that 516 votes were cast in favour of Venkaiah Naidu, 244 for the opposition's candidate Gopal Krishna Gandhi. And what our sources now within the BJP are telling us, that this could possibly be the largest margin of victory in the vice presidential race ever in the last 33 years at least. And what they're trying to, what they have of course figured in terms of the number crunching, like I said, that they've done, is that at least 20 MPs seem to have cross-voted in favour of the NDA's vice presidential nominee Venkaiah Naidu. So clearly a very big sign of worry for the opposition. Earlier we heard from Ghulam Nabi Azad and others as well saying that the votes that were cast in favour of the vice presidential nominee, the opposition's nominee this time round, were more than what was cast in favour of Meera Kumar, who was the opposition's nominee for the presidential elections. But that still doesn't express much, because the BJD and the JDU were with them this time round, and despite that.
Right. In fact, 14 MPs absent, out of that 4 also from TMC. But let's take you through what the sound of victory sounds like. My colleague Anand Patel joining us from Venkaiah Naidu's residence, 30 PJ Abdul Kalam Road. Anand, how are the workers celebrating Venkaiah Naidu's victory?
Well, Devina, this is an auspicious moment for the BJP, and see how the BJP workers are celebrating with the Shankhanad over here outside his residence. The Shankhanad for the BJP's victory. I have Professor B.S. Agarwal. He's from the Delhi University. आप शंख लेके आए, क्या दर्शाता है ये?
देखिए, अभी तक क्या हुआ हमारे देश में 70 वर्षों से कि ये 2 पद हैं हमारे देश में, बहुत ही उच्च पद हैं, राष्ट्रपति और उपराष्ट्रपति का। इसका किसी पार्टी का तो समर्थन होता है, लेकिन उसके बाद ये स्वतंत्र पद होता है। तो अब हमको 70 वर्ष के बाद ऐसी उम्मीद लग रही है कि जो आम लोगों की समस्याएं हैं वो मिनिस्टर सॉल्व करते हैं, लेकिन ओवरऑल जैसे कंट्रोल होता है
जी। लेकिन ये जो शंख लेके आए आप, ये हिंदू धर्म का प्रतीक है, ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण मौकों पे से बजाया जाता है। जरा बताइए ये लम्हा जो है, ये मौका जो है, ये क्यों खास है? आप शंख लेके आए हैं।
इसका हिंदू से कोई मतलब नहीं है, ये वैदिक काल से चला आया, और वैदिक काल में ना तो कोई हिंदू था ना कोई मुसलमान था, सब बराबर थे। ठीक है, उसमें कोई असमानता नाम की चीज ही नहीं थी, सभी प्रकृति के ऊपर निर्मित चलते थे। इसलिए उनको न दैहिक न दैविक न भौतिक तापा, राम राज नहीं काहू व्यापा। राम का मतलब यहाँ अयोध्या से नहीं है, राम का मतलब सर्वव्यापी ईश्वर का, जो इनका इसी प्रकार से व्यवहार रहेगा, ऐसा मैं उम्मीद।
There you have it, Devina, the Shankhanad signifying the Ram Rajya. Yes. It's a total victory for the BJP.
For the
all
world.
The 3 important constitutional posts occupied by the BJP today is a historic moment, and nothing better than this Shankhanad would signify.
Well, Anand also take us through that. What are the celebrations in store? at the residence, which many thought was inauspicious. Earlier, Chidambaram failed to win polls from 30 APJ Abdul Kalam Road, and that was 18 years ago, when Venkaiah Naidu, trusting his gut feeling, moved inside that residence, and since then there's been no looking back. I understand there are various delicacies which have been prepared for Venkaiah Naidu. We've seen that there are senior cabinet members who are there, and it's a big dinner party being hosted by Venkaiah Naidu. Give us more details.
Well, absolutely. You see, this house, 30 APJ Abdul Kalam. Remember, this was Aurangzeb Road. Now this has been rechristened as APJ Abdul Kalam Road. So it signifies a quantum shift, for the BJP as well. The kind of thinking which has gone, and perhaps it's the change of name of this road which has swung the fortune in Venkaiah Naidu's favor. You see, so APJ Abdul Kalam Road perhaps has been lucky for Venkaiah Naidu, and we have seen an emphatic win for him. Obviously, a lot of VVIPs there inside. A special tent, a waterproof tent, has been erected inside the residence, inside the bungalow of Venkaiah Naidu, to welcome all the guests, all the VVIPs, and also the media. Remember, yesterday he hosted a lunch for the media, for all his media friends, marking a new chapter in his career. And right now I'm told that the PM's motorcade, Devana, is moving out of the residence of Venkaiah Naidu. So there you have it. These are defining moments for the BJP Prime Minister at the residence of Venkaiah Naidu, and we are told that shortly he'll be coming out of the residence of Venkaiah Naidu after congratulating him for this historic win in the presidential polls. Back
Absolutely. The man chosen by the Prime Minister and the BJP President was earlier reluctant when he was given the choice. He said that he rather would also spend time as an active politician. But let's take you through the journey of Venkaiah Naidu, an ABP worker, a students' union leader from Nellore, coming from a very, very humble background. He was from a farmer's background, now going on to be the 15th Vice President of India. And it is also quite reflection of what we'll talk ahead also of Bharat versus India. The change in the political class of India, where leaders are coming from the grassroots and taking the country's future ahead. Take a look at Venkaiah Naidu's political journey.
मैं राष्ट्रपति नहीं बनना चाहता हूँ, उपराष्ट्रपति नहीं बनना चाहता, मैं उषापति हूँ। मेरा पत्नी का नाम उषा है। मैं संतुष्ट हूँ। और मैं एक विषय राजदीप और रेज द इश्यू आई वांट टू पुट ऑन रिकॉर्ड. आई एम मोर कंफर्टेबल एज ए political activist in public life in normal course. That's my strength and that's my weakness also.
Venkaiah Naidu has been nominated by the Bharatiya Janata Party as it sees an important role for him as a tenant of 6 Maulana Azad Road, the official residence of the Vice President of India. After nominating Ramnath Kovind for the post of President, the BJP hopes that Naidu's nomination would balance the regional factor. Naidu is a stalwart from the south who fits the party's requirements for its southern outreach. Being a fourth-term Rajya Sabha MP, Venkaiah Naidu has long experience of the upper house. In the 1970s, when Bharatiya Janata Sangh, the erstwhile avatar of BJP, was supposed to be primarily a party based in North India, M. Venkaiah Naidu was a rare politician in Andhra politics. A young Naidu was convinced that the image of Jana Sangh of being a Brahmin Banya party with no rural roots is just a perception. After a stint as student leader and participating in the agitation for...
All right, we'll also take you through the political journey of Venkaiah Naidu, but first going across to the Vice President-elect addressing the media.
क्या है, उनको भी विशेष रूप में मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं और देशवासियों को, संसद सदस्यों को ये भी आश्वासन देना चाहता हूं जो संविधान के अनुसार जो उपराष्ट्रपति का दायित्व निभाते समय जो भी काम मुझे करना है उसको सही ढंग से सही पद्धति में उचित मात्रा में मैं करने के लिए प्रयास करूंगा और साथ ही साथ संसद से लोगों का जो अपेक्षा है, विशेष रूप में उपराष्ट्रपति राज्यसभा का चेयरमैन के रूप में व्यवहार करना चाहिए, दायित्व संभालना चाहिए। इसलिए राज्यसभा का जो भूमिका है, जो संविधान निर्माताओं ने राज्यसभा के बारे में जो सोचा, जो व्यवस्था बनाया, उसको भी ध्यान में रख के और इस बीच में जिन महानुभावों ने उस पद में बैठ के उसका गरिमा बढ़ाया, उन लोगों का उस जमाना का पूरा अनुभव को भी ध्यान में रख के मेरे ओर से पूरा प्रयास होगा राज्यसभा को भी एक सक्षम और उपयुक्त सभा के रूप में लोकतंत्र में अपना भूमिका निभाने के लिए मैं पूरा कोशिश करूंगा और सबको साथ लेकर आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रयास करूंगा। Friends, I am humbled by the honor bestowed on me by electing me to the office of the Vice President of India, and by virtue of which I will also be acting as the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. I am grateful to the honorable members of the Parliament belonging to different political parties who, in an overwhelming manner, have supported my candidature, cutting across party lines. I am really grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, to the BJP President, Sri Amit Bhai Shah, to the leaders of the various NDA constituents, and also the parties which are not part of the NDA, AIDMK, Palaniswamy, AIDMK, OP Pannir Selvam, or PRS, Telangana Rashtra Samiti, led by Sri Chandrasekhar Rao ji, then YSR Congress of the Andhra Pradesh, who are all kind enough to extend their support to me. I am also thankful to the Indian National Lok Dal, which is not a constituent of the NDA, but still they have extended their support also to me in this election. I am thankful to all of them because they have all considered and bestowed me with this great responsibility. I feel particularly overwhelmed by this honor conferred on a common man like me with a background of agriculture, farmer. Getting to this August 1st is an important milestone in India's democratic journey. This speaks for the beauty and strength of our parliamentary democracy. Getting the son of a farmer to this August office of the second highest position as far as the Constitution is concerned. Parliament is the highest forum of our democratic polity, which is to enable socio-economic development of our country through necessary legislative measures for bettering the lives of the people of India. As the chairman of Rajya Sabha, I will sincerely try to steer the functioning of the House to enable it to effectively further the larger interest of the nation. I will uphold the dignity and decorum of the House with the cooperation of all members by acting as per the rules of the House procedure and also the conventions that were set by the President, set by our great leaders who have all members of the Rajya Sabha and who have presided over the upper house earlier. It shall be my endeavor to enable every member of the House makes a meaningful contribution towards addressing the issues being faced by our nation. Once again, my humble pranams to all the people of the country and also particularly to the members of the parliament belonging to different political parties. From today onwards, of course, from the day I filed my nomination, I am non-party man. I will try to take everybody along with me and I will try to live up to the expectations of the people. Thank you. Namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Venkaiah Naidu's first words as he wins the vice presidential race, thanking all the allies and the INLD as well, and not missing to say that he will stand true to all the expectations of the people. And what you look at the screen also could be a new Rajya Sabha dynamo, because you have Amit Shah, who is fighting for Rajya Sabha seats from Gujarat as well. Now, Ajit, coming to you, the dynamics of the BJP and the duo of Venkaiah Naidu and Amit Shah, if he is elected as well, which again will be decided in just 3 days from now. The Rajya Sabha dynamics for BJP, how does it change for the government, or will need to wait for another 8 months more after the state polls are done to see that there would be consensus that BJP has been looking for in Rajya Sabha for crucial legislations?
Absolutely, Devina. In fact, if you look at both the leaders, they are brilliant organizers. Both Venkaiah Naidu, who's going to be the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Amit Shah has, of course, proved that he's the best political cephalogist India has ever had when he's taken the BJP, one victory after another from the states to the center. So both of them are extraordinary organizers, and the BJP needs that in the Rajya Sabha. One reason, of course, is because the BJP does not quite have the political majority in the Rajya Sabha it has in the Lok Sabha. So in order to have a total control over the agenda of the government, you need that kind of political deftness as well as the numbers in the Rajya Sabha. And in that way, the BJP will bring two of its biggest stalwarts into the Rajya Sabha, and along with Arun Jaitley, the third member from the Rajya Sabha, you will have the BJP's trio almost, ruling the Rajya Sabha. So I think it's an extraordinary strategy of the BJP to bring these leaders of different intellectual strength, different organizational strength into the Rajya Sabha. They already control the Lok Sabha, and through that it's a total sort of what one would call parliamentary dominance of the country, electoral dominance of the country, and the dominance over the agenda of the country. If you look at the number of policies the BJP is passing and has been successful in passing, for example, the GST, earlier it was demonetization. Similarly, several other sort of initiatives in terms of reforms.
Yes.
I mean, it shows that the BJP is in total control, a party on the rise, a party in total control, focused for 2019, whereas the opposition, in contrast, looks like, despite the fact that they have about sort of 16 to 19 parties together, but they look on the defensive, they look on the decline, they look as if in utter confusion. So that's the big contrast between, the two sides.
All right, with that, we'll have to wrap up this continuous coverage. Ajit Jha, Nilanjan, also Anand, Paulomi, Ashish, all of you, thank you for joining in. And as a witty one-liner comes from Venkaiah Naidu, I was just going through some of the social media tweets. One of the BJP workers saying it's a VP, V for Vice President, V for Venkaiah Naidu. I think that's the apt witty one-liner that Venkaiah Naidu is known for. With that, it's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in.